He was a businessman. He was a leader, a teacher, a father, an entrepreneur.
Just when everyone thought the Diddy chaos couldn't get any darker, a shocking twist just exploded online. Lauren London's name is suddenly being pulled into the storm, with people claiming she revealed disturbing details about Diddy's alleged link to Nipsey Hussle's death. The word on the street is that Lauren was the one who connected Nipsey to Diddy's inner circle.
Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after,
Many are saying if anyone knew what was really going on, it would have been her. People online claim Diddy personally pushed for that first meeting, and Lauren went along with it. No hesitation, no questions. But that's not even the part that's got everyone losing their minds. Whispers are now spreading that Lauren supposedly knew about Diddy's drama with Cassie, but chose to keep quiet. Insiders once described Diddy and Lauren's bond as more than friendship, something deep, almost like a mentor vibe that blurred into something else. Nobody really knows what happened behind those closed doors, and there's no solid proof he treated her the same way Cassie described, but the rumors keep building fast. And here's where things get straight up eerie. Sources say Lauren was surrounded by strange, dark energy during that time. Old gossip is also making a comeback. People once claimed Diddy bought a gold casket just weeks before Kim Porter passed away. Now, those same whispers are resurfacing, suggesting Lauren might have made a chillingly similar purchase right before Nipsey's tragic death.
I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're
Oh
just
my
telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Something about all this feels way too twisted to ignore. Why was Lauren's name popping up in every one of those party circles tied to Diddy's crew? Why were her connections with him getting tighter, especially when Nipsey was finally leveling up and making real moves? And after Nipsey's death, why did some of her old comments suddenly start sounding strange? Like pieces that didn't quite fit? Because let's be real, nobody ever wanted to doubt Lauren. Nipsey adored her. He built a home, a family, a legacy with her. She was right there by his side, every red carpet, every interview, every moment of his glow-up. But now that she's being linked to Diddy's world, people can't stop asking the harshest question imaginable. Was she truly loyal to Nip? Or was she playing both sides without anyone noticing? And this is where the story turns seriously dark. The streets have never believed that Nipsey's death was some random act of violence. The man was too sharp, too respected, too driven to get caught up in petty street beef. The real talk has always been that this wasn't just a shooting, it was an execution. People whisper it was a calculated move, a power play meant to silence a voice that was getting way too influential. Nipsey wasn't bending to industry pressure. He wasn't chasing approval from execs or waiting on labels to validate him. He was independent, confident, and leading a movement bigger than music. And when someone moves like that, shaking up systems that profit off control, it makes enemies in high places. Add the rumors that he knew too much and had serious connections, and suddenly, everything feels a whole lot more dangerous. Nipsey's rise was unstoppable. He was moving faster than the industry could control, and that kind of power made people nervous. To some at the top, he wasn't just another artist, he was a real threat. And right after Diddy's shocking arrest and that explosive RICO case, the streets went wild with talk that Diddy himself might have had something to do with Nipsey's death. Allegedly. Whether folks believe it or not, one detail keeps coming back again and again. If Diddy was really involved, there's no way he did it solo. Someone close had to be feeding him information. Someone who wouldn't raise suspicion. Someone Nipsey trusted. And the name that keeps getting whispered louder every time is Lauren London. Jaguar Wright even said it straight up. Lauren was the one who first connected Nipsey and Diddy. That claim alone had people losing their minds online. What really set the internet on fire was an old interview where Lauren allegedly spoke on it herself, sounding emotional but also leaving fans uneasy, full of questions that still haven't been answered. Then came the courtroom bombshell. When Diddy's trial started and everything went public, Reports say the jury got a list of celebrity names tied to the situation for background checks. That list was stacked. Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, Cassie, Michelle Williams, Mike Myers, Dawn Richard, and yes, Lauren London's name was on there too. The moment that info leaked, social media turned into a full-blown investigation zone. People started claiming that Lauren's name showing up wasn't some coincidence at all. Some even pushed the wild theory that she might have helped set Nipsey up, allegedly. That single idea sent shockwaves through fans who had always seen her as untouchable. What's wild is that right after Nipsey passed, a lot of people instantly felt something didn't sit right. From the start, whispers spread that maybe he'd been set up. But back then, Diddy's name wasn't even part of the talk. Nipsey stood out for a reason. He wasn't chasing validation from the industry. He owned his masters, ran his moves independently, and showed younger artists how to build real wealth without trading their freedom for a flashy contract. That alone made him a problem for the system. His kind of power didn't sit well with the higher-ups who built their empires off controlling artists, especially Diddy, whose long-faced accusations of locking artists into deals that benefited him more than them. Nipsey represented the total opposite. He was proof you could win without a middleman. He broke the rules, built his own lane, and taught others to do the same. And according to the online buzz, that shook some big names who relied on keeping artists in check. So when Diddy couldn't profit from Nipsey's movement, rumors say that made him a threat, allegedly. And right there, Lauren's name slides back into the story again. In one of Nipsey's interviews on The Breakfast Club, he admitted he didn't really have much of a relationship with Diddy until Lauren introduced them. By that point, Lauren and Diddy already had history, and people online believe she knew exactly who she was bringing into Nipsey's life. That one detail alone has kept social media buzzing nonstop. But here's what really turned the speculation up. Despite Diddy's reputation and the controversies surrounding him, Lauren still brought Nipsey into his circle. Many online now think that move wasn't as innocent as it seemed. Some even claim that Lauren and Diddy were quietly working together behind the scenes, moving in sync, while everyone else thought it was just business. Working together behind Nipsey's back, that idea alone has everyone on edge. Nipsey was just 33 when his life was tragically taken, shot multiple times in a brutal attack that left the whole world stunned.
And that no one really dies, and that,
Eric R. Holder Jr. is now serving a 60-year-to-life sentence for the crime. But so many people out there still don't buy the official story. They believe there's way more to it, that Eric might have just been the face of a much bigger setup. A lot of fans point to Diddy's longtime reputation for walking away clean while others take the fall. That's where the conspiracy really starts to heat up. People online say for something this heavy to even work, Diddy would have needed someone deep in Nipsey's circle, someone he trusted, someone who could slip info without raising red flags. And according to claims made by Jaguar Wright, that person was allegedly Lauren London. Those statements sent the internet spiraling. Jaguar's comments made it sound like Lauren might have shared private things Nipsey told her in confidence, and fans went wild with speculation. The thought that personal conversations between them could have been twisted or used against him sent chills through social media. Some said if that's true, it adds a whole new layer to this tragedy. Even old photos started popping up again. Shots of Nipsey and Lauren standing beside Diddy at events. Some viewers swear Nipsey looked uncomfortable, almost like he didn't quite belong in that setting. It made people wonder what was really going on behind those smiles and handshakes. And just to make things even stranger, remember that eerie rumor from before? The one claiming Lauren made a move similar to what Diddy was accused of before Kim Porter's passing? That detail keeps resurfacing. And now, fans can't stop connecting the dots. The whole situation feels darker every time another piece comes out. That strange little detail just won't go away. It keeps popping back up and making the whole story feel even more chilling. Things take an eerie turn here because Lauren herself revealed on Angie Martinez's podcast that before Nipsey was killed, she had already attended something called a death seminar to learn how to handle loss. Just think about that for a second. It gave people serious goosebumps. When she went to that seminar, Nipsey was still alive, healthy, and focused on his mission. So naturally, fans couldn't help but start asking questions. Why was she preparing for grief before anything even happened? Some people online said it almost felt like she knew something devastating was on the way, like she was emotionally getting ready before the storm hit.
It's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and
That idea alone had social media in a frenzy. And of course, people wasted no time connecting dots. The internet immediately brought up that old rumor about Diddy allegedly buying a casket before Kim Porter passed away. The similarities between those two situations felt way too close for comfort to a lot of viewers. Fans started saying it was just too strange to ignore, almost like history repeating itself in the creepiest way possible. What really made things stand out even more is that Diddy originally had nothing to do with Nipsey's music grind. But that changed fast, real fast. After Lauren helped introduce them, Diddy suddenly became heavily involved in Nipsey's career, even stepping in as an executive producer on Victory Lap. And let's be honest, that kind of title doesn't come cheap. It usually means someone's getting paid big behind the scenes. The whole thing has fans side-eyeing the timeline, wondering if this connection was ever as innocent as it looked. After Nipsey's passing, his album Victory Lap blew up like never before. Streams went through the roof, and that meant serious money started rolling in. Back then, people still saw Diddy as a powerful, respected industry figure, so those business moves didn't raise many eyebrows at first. But now, years later, fans are looking back and saying those deals might have been tied to something way darker. According to claims made by Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, there was always something suspicious about how Nipsey's business connections were being handled. He said the setup just didn't feel right, and now folks are revisiting every detail with a new perspective. Nipsey reportedly went to Diddy, hoping Victory Lap could have the same powerful energy as Biggie's Life After Death. But Gene didn't hold back. He flat out said that letting Diddy get involved was Nipsey's biggest mistake. After that partnership, Nipsey supposedly started spending more time at Diddy's mansion than his own studio. That's when fans began noticing a change. He looked more drained, distant, even stressed out. His vibe shifted and people could feel it. The streets have built their own theory around it. They say Diddy saw Nipsey rising too fast, becoming too influential, and inspiring others to take control of their own careers, something the industry couldn't handle. And if you can't control someone like Nipsey, the theory goes, you remove him from the equation. It's a harsh thought, but that's what people are whispering. And even then, if that's what really went down, someone still had to open the door. Someone had to bring him straight into the lion's den. And according to the streets, all eyes keep turning toward one name, Lauren London. That album dropped right after Biggie passed, and fans always said it carried a powerful, almost spiritual weight because of that. So when Nipsey aimed to recreate that same energy with Victory Lap, some people now feel like doing so came with a heavy, haunting price. The wild theory floating around online is that the cost might have been Nipsey's own life. Allegedly. That idea alone gives people chills, and it's why so many are digging through old footage with brand new eyes. Clips of interviews, red carpet moments, and even casual interactions between Lauren, Nipsey, and Diddy are being replayed non-stop. Fans are saying that now, in hindsight, certain moments just feel off. They point to subtle tension, tiny things no one noticed back then. A forced smile here, an awkward pause there, and suddenly, every old video is being dissected frame by frame. Social media is convinced that the truth might have been hiding in plain sight all along. One moment that keeps getting brought up is how Lauren would sometimes speak on Nipsey's behalf whenever Diddy was around. Viewers are saying that looking back, it didn't seem like support. It came off more like quiet control. And that observation only turned up the heat on the conversation. People online are asking whether Nipsey really felt comfortable in those spaces, or if he was just keeping the peace out of love and loyalty to Lauren. There's also been a lot of talk about how Nipsey's entire vibe started to shift in the months leading up to his death. Fans say he seemed more cautious, more guarded, and not as open during interviews. It's like he knew something wasn't sitting right, but couldn't quite say it out loud. According to some online theories, maybe he realized too late that getting close to certain powerful industry figures came with dangerous strings attached. And what's haunting about all of this is that nobody really questioned these moments until after everything went down. Only now are people starting to connect the dots, and that's what keeps the conversation alive. Back then, everything looked completely normal. But now, when you stack all the pieces together, people are saying the picture looks way darker. Whether any of these claims are true or not, the questions just won't stop coming. The internet is still buzzing, refusing to let the topic fade out. And every time it feels like the story's reached its limit, another voice jumps in, adding even more layers to the mystery. Now, several supposed industry insiders and longtime watchers are saying Nipsey had started quietly distancing himself from certain people right before his death. They claim he was becoming more alert, asking sharper questions, moving smarter, and paying close attention to who was really riding for him and who was just pretending. That shift didn't go unnoticed, and some believe it made a few powerful names uncomfortable, like he was starting to see behind the curtain. What's really catching attention is how fast Diddy stepped into the spotlight after Nipsey's passing. Almost instantly, he became this major voice connected to Nipsey's legacy, speaking at events, appearing in tributes, and aligning himself with projects tied to Nipsey's name. Fans online said it all happened too fast, almost like it was planned out. To many, those actions didn't come off as mourning. They looked more like control, like he was trying to shape the narrative his own way. And through all of it, what's fueling even more speculation is Lauren's silence during key moments. When people expected her to speak up or clear the air, she stayed quiet, and that quiet started feeling loud. The internet can't stop asking what that silence really means, and whether it's protection or something else entirely. Lauren's silence has been one of the most debated parts of this whole story. People can't stop pointing out that she almost never addressed the rumors directly, choosing instead to stay private and keep her guard up. While some fans respected that choice, others said her silence only made things worse, because when you don't speak on something this big, the internet fills in the blanks for you. And in the court of public opinion, those unanswered questions can start sounding louder than any statement ever could. What really keeps these theories alive is how many different stories seem to line up, even when they come from totally separate places. Different voices, different timelines, yet the patterns keep looking way too similar. Fans online are saying it just feels like too many coincidences stacking up, one after another. And that's exactly why this conversation refuses to die down, no matter how much time passes. Whether it's truth, rumor, or just wild suspicion, people are still digging, still searching for answers. And the spotlight isn't moving away from this anytime soon. The real question haunting everyone is why? Why would Diddy allegedly want Nipsey out of the picture? The truth still feels blurry, wrapped in half stories and whispers. Some say it was all about money and power, while others believe it ran much deeper, something spiritual, something beyond business. Either way, the internet's convinced that Lauren wasn't just watching from the sidelines. One viral comment even said, "She's way more involved than she's letting on." And that single statement blew the debate wide open again. Many online now claim Diddy allegedly used Lauren as the link, the doorway, to get close enough for Nipsey to bring him in as an executive producer on Victory Lap. That role came with big checks, serious credit, and very little effort. And fans say that move didn't sit right at all. To them, it looked less like teamwork and more like a setup that blurred the line between loyalty and betrayal. Another viral comment lit the internet on fire. Someone said, "Lauren introducing Nip to Diddy is wild. Wild. That's not someone you bring around a man you love. Not at all." Those words hit deep and kept the entire conversation burning hot. People couldn't stop debating it, and every new take seemed to spark another round of theories. At the end of the day, everything floating around is still speculation. But The puzzle pieces people keep stacking together are starting to look unsettling. Too many strange coincidences, too many quiet connections, and way too many moments that don't sit right have everyone wondering what really went down. Whether it's business, loyalty, or something darker, this story keeps getting messier every time someone digs a little deeper. Now it's your turn. What do you think about all these claims linking Diddy and Nipsey? Do you believe Lauren might have played a role, or is it all just internet chatter getting out of hand? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this discussion is far from over. And don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next explosive deep dive. This story's got layers, and the next breakdown is about to get even wilder.